everybody, I'm Kristen Patton. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm mommy too. Yeah, and what are we making today?
Avocado sauce.
We're making avocado spinach sauce. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're first gonna do is I'm gonna handle the knife and we are going to cut our avocados. So a little trick, you hold them still and you actually just rotate around the pit. Yeah, and ours are a little overripe, but that's totally fine. Well, here, you can help me get it out. Here, careful. All right.
It's good avocado.
It is good avocado. This one should be a little bit less ripe. Let's see here. And then you just cut around it and then twist, and then it pops right out. See, look at that. Yeah.
Try it out of the pit.
Yeah, here, there's one pit. Good. All right, so now, oops, they're slippery, aren't they?
Try it.
All right, so then we get a spoon. You want to help me scoop it out? All right. Whoop! It got caught in my apron. How silly. All right, then you want to add, this is 2 cloves of minced garlic. You want to dump all that in? Whoop. Go tap, 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 tap. Your olive oil next. Here, this is a 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Very good. Down. Okay. Now, move this up here. Now, yep. So, here's a neat trick about a lemon. To get all the lemon juice centered, here you put it on the board. Ready? Put your hand on top and roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Yeah. So the more you squish into it, it actually gets all the juices to go in the center of the lemon. So that way it's more juicy and easier to squeeze. You ready? Perfect. Yeah, so what do I want you to do? Well, this is for our family, so. You want to squeeze it in? Ready? I'm just going to hold over it so I catch all the seeds. There you go. Can you help me squeeze? Squeeze. Yeah.
Can I have this lemon?
Yes, you can have that one. All right.
So sorry.
All right. And we're using lemon juice, but you can also use lime, you can use orange, just anything that has a good citrus acid to it. That way it just kind of breaks up that flavor, and not to mention it keeps your sauce green as well as the spinach. You ready to man our blender?
Yes.
This is our immersion blender. Yes. You ready? You want to do it? Cracks of pepper. Here, turn it this way. Ready? You want to turn it for me? Good job. Yep. And then we're just going to add a little pinch of salt.
Can I do it?
Here, little itty bitty pinch. Itty bitty pinch. There you go. So you just add salt and pepper to how you like it. Just add it to taste. So now we're adding about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic and a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I realize we added both fresh and powder, but it does have a different taste. So you want to dump that in? Yeah, dump all it in there. Okay, you want to stir it up for me? Oops. Very good. And this is also the time where you can start adding in different herbs, different seasonings, really just to make it kind of your flavor. We love doing cilantro, we love doing basil. These are kind of some of our favorites.
I said it's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
I like it.
Good. Yum. That was a big bite of sauce. What you think?
Okay.
It's good. You wanna try some of your pasta? You have an avocado mouth. You give me a big smile. All right, now for some nutrition tips for you. So starting with avocado, that's kind of our main ingredient. It is a powerhouse of lots of different vitamins and nutrients. Mainly it is high in vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, riboflavin, niacin, folate, potassium is very high, as well as dietary fiber and dietary fat. So remember, note on potassium, that is most well known for blood pressure regulation, a lot of our nervous system, as well as those muscle and nerve synapses. So remember, if potassium can't get into a cell, it kind of stays locked. And forever, I know people are saying, oh, I'm getting muscle cramps, I need to do bananas. Avocados would actually be a better option, and it's lower in sugar. So fun fact there. It is also an anti-inflammatory food. Also has a lot of those high immune boosting kind of properties based on the carotenoids, that vitamin E and vitamin C as well. Fiber, I mentioned that one. So we always know that we need dietary fiber just for digestive tract, digestive health. Well, keep in mind, there's two different types of fiber. There's insoluble as well as soluble. Insoluble, think like celery, think broccoli stalks, think that really hard roughage. Whereas soluble fiber, that's that soft gummy-like fiber. That helps swell, it draws in water, so it eases things through the digestive tract without doing any of that big harmful bulky action there. So this type of fiber, it also is really it's helpful for digestion, as well as being protective against a lot of your colorectal or colon cancers. By doing that, avocado is actually known and has been proven by some smaller studies that it actually helps reduce inflammation in the intestine. So as it's doing this, it's also promoting good bacteria growth. And anytime you get that good bacteria, it's fighting off the bad or harmful bacteria that can cause some of those issues, whether that be some of that bloating, or whether that be constipation, or whether that be leading up to some of these other more chronic diseases. So it can be very protective against some of those. Fiber, we know, also helps keep you full. So this has been touted as one of those healthy weight balance foods. It's also known for that because of the fat content. Fat and fiber digest slow. They actually keep you full, right? So I always get asked that. Well, still, okay, yes, they keep me full, but how can something that is so calorie dense and so high in fat actually be healthy? Well, one, we just heard all of those nutrients, so that's one reason why. The other part, though, is I want you to think about the rate of digestion. Okay, protein probably takes just as long probably as fats, but protein sits very heavy, kind of sits to the bottom of the stomach. Fibers, carbs, they kind of digest here, they're very quick digesting. Fat actually floats. So imagine on your stomach, if fat is actually floating up, pushing up against the wall, you actually feel fuller longer, because it's going to be one of the last things that actually digests in your stomach. So it actually keeps you full on a smaller amount. So that's a really good tip there. All those other vitamins and nutrients, I always have to just throw this in there. Amazing for both pregnancy as well as lactation. So any of you breastfeeding mamas, I'm currently breastfeeding, one of those amazing foods, because we too have a higher folate need as well as a higher potassium need. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about are fats. I don't have to tell anyone about, a high-fat diet lately. That's kind of saturated in our system right now. But what I like to point out is not all fats are created equal. saturated fat, you know, which would be things, you know, a lot of our fried foods, a lot of our, you know, red meats, bacon, you know, greasy type of foods, those tend to be a lot higher in our saturated fat. Those are not heart healthy. That is not going to be an anti-inflammatory food, and those have actually been shown to promote a lot of inflammation. However, fats are fantastic for your body. We know that they have, you know, amazing anti-inflammatory properties. They help you absorb a lot of your fat-soluble vitamins. They keep you fuller longer. They actually promote heart health. So the foods that are actually promoting that are foods that are high in unsaturated fat. The unsaturated fat will be foods that are liquid at room temperature. So things like oils, nuts, seeds, avocado, your olives, your olive oils, so foods of that nature, those are all unsaturated fats. Avocado specifically is high in monounsaturated fat. So monounsaturated fat actually promotes good cholesterol balance. It actually drives down your LDL. Always think LDL you want low. So it helps keep the bad cholesterol low, and having a good variable diet, it can actually help increase that good HDL cholesterol. So with the monounsaturated, you know, so you're thinking, well, why do I want more of this fat versus another unsaturated fat? You've probably heard polyunsaturated. So we have our monounsaturated, polyunsaturated. Really what I point out about these is we need both. They're both extremely healthy for your diet, but our mono and poly, they compete. If you have a lot of one over the other, if you have, let's say I have a bunch of polyunsaturated, my body's not gonna absorb the monounsaturated. And a little tip here, there's a lot more foods that contain polyunsaturated fats than there are foods that have monounsaturated fats. Olives, olive oils, and avocado are they're among the very few foods that actually have that monounsaturated fat. So good rule here, make sure it's balanced. Don't overconsume these fats and then leave these out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ella Eats. I hope you join us next time. Do you like that? What does it taste like?
Strawberry?
It tastes like strawberry. Does it taste lemony?
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste salty?
Mm-hmm.
Is it creamy? Yeah. Does it taste like spinach at all? Nope. That's awesome. How many thumbs up would you give it? You give it 1? Oh, you give it 2. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad you like it.